Honestly, with the idea I have about this video in mind, I'm actually going to tell you not to actually watch this video too, because of obviously the things that I'm going to talk about right now. And that is basically, we're all just so like addicted to, and it doesn't really matter, like Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. Even TikTok I feel like is the worst one, or YouTube even. We're like so addicted to it that we actually forgot, like, we think that we have an intention to using these social media apps, but in the end there is nothing that we actually require out from it, whereas it is still taking like a significant amount of time from our daily lives. And like our screen times are like 8-9 hours every single day, and I'm not making this number up. I was guilty of it too in one point, and my friends, they do actually have a screen time of around 7 to 8 hours. And I think to myself as to, how did we let ourselves get to this stage? Like, how did we got detached from the world so much that we've just consumed our minds with this fake reality, and we have made this like our everything? And it's not just I'm not just saying that to its people that just use these merely for entertainment, or for people that just binge watch series on YouTube on Netflix just for fun, or they have nothing else to do, or they're just bored with their lives and obviously want to kill time. I'm also talking about the people that think that they are being productive by looking at such content. I'm also talking about people that are like myself, that have big ambitions or like big goals and want to achieve something, or want to basically do something big. And the problem with today's generation, I would say, is that there's just an abundance of information on the internet. If I look out for let's say, if I look on YouTube for, let's say, ecom tips or ecom videos, I will have just so many people giving different kinds of information, and some people will be contradicting each other. And then me as a viewer, I'll be sort of confused as to which person is right or which person is wrong, or who am I even supposed to follow. And making that decision leads me to watch more videos, and then I'm confused even more, and then I watch more videos, and then I'm confused even further. So at the end of the day, I'm still confused. I've wasted like fucking 5-6 hours of my time watching pointless videos, and I'm calling them pointless because even though I have watched them, I've not taken any actionable steps in regards to that video. So I think we fail to realize that everything that we see, it is just common sense. And the fact that when people make these videos, let's say it's on, if it's on YouTube, or let's say if they're like Instagram Reels, they're just made to keep you hooked. They're just made so that you as a person gives the other person the attention, because attention in these days is the best way to actually make money. And again, I'm contradicting myself a lot, because like at the end of the day, I'm making this video too, and I obviously want you guys to watch it too. But then again, the thing is, I'm not trying to make this processed garbage. Even though if I take a week, I have no doubt that I can make the same quality videos. If I obviously buy lights, if I, let's say, get a better camera, I can definitely afford that. That's not an issue for me. But the problem is, if I start obviously making that sort of content, I might lose myself, or I sort of might lose my identity as to what I want to portray from my channel, or what I want to, or like the kind of image I want to have in front of people. So what I wanted to basically say is that everything works, but then again, the best thing to actually learn something is by actually doing it. There's no need to watch all this processed garbage online, because there will be 10 people giving you 10 different methods. You won't be able to apply all of them. And even if, let's say you would have wasted a ton of time, and you may have no experience at all whatsoever. What I will tell you to do is pick one strategy. I mean, just start doing it first of all. Start doing it, because once you start doing it, you will sort of understand the thing better. And then once you start doing it, your brain will actually work on its own too. And then you'll start figuring things out. You might find some hacks that only sort of you know. That's how I basically found some of the hacks in Amazon FBA too that made me better. That's how I started making tons of money on Forex trading too, because instead of me buying courses, I just started with my own money. I started watching the markets on my own, started looking at the charts. I made money. I lost money too in the beginning, but then again, I learned from my own experience. Experience is the best teacher. And instead of you going to YouTube, I mean, by all means, go for basic information. And I go to YouTube too, don't get me wrong. But then again, make it intentional. Only go there for the things that you actually want. Once your intention is, let's say, fulfilled, leave the app. Let's say if you're obviously watching it for entertainment, just go outside and touch some grass. Instead of you watching, let's say, hot thoughts on Instagram Reels, why don't you just go outside and talk to women? I can understand it's hard. I can understand it is daunting. But again, the thing is, if you don't start today, then like, what's the point? It's an amazing saying. I've heard this saying probably a long time ago, that the best time to start was yesterday, but then the second best time to start is today. So instead of you telling yourself that, nah, I'm gonna not do this task and I'm gonna do this tomorrow, instead of making things hard for your future self, why don't you just take the information, again, really quickly, without wasting any fucking time, take the information, take fucking action, and then learn from experience, and ask questions whilst you're doing it. There are some people that are like, well, I want to have the full information before starting it. That is, in my opinion, the wrong approach. Start doing it first. There's no point in you worrying about step 5 when you've not even done step 2 or 3. So complete the steps first. Once you go on, start learning things again from experience, and yes, nobody would beat you. Because again, the thing is, your time is only limited. You are going to run out of time. You've got a once in a lifetime opportunity. And what I mean by that, you've only got one life. I would say you've only got one life. You're not gonna get resurrected again. You're not gonna have this time again. What's past is past. And every night when you're in bed, you always tell yourself that, yes, I wasted another day. And then you obviously go into this dilemma, and you feel depressed, and you're like, well, tomorrow morning I'm gonna be better. But then again, feeling that, like, that depression makes you sort of stay up for like a good 4 or 5 hours. I'm guilty of it too. It happened to me last time too, like yesterday. I was in bed at 10, but then I slept at around 3 or 4 in the morning, because I was just telling myself, well, I've wasted a day, and I feel like I'm going downhill from this point onward. But then again, that is wrong. And the reason for making this video is just so not just you're aware of your actions, but to make myself accountable of my own actions too. So moving forward, be intentional, have a plan in mind, and most importantly, take fucking action, because you are meant to achieve greatness.